And the theme for the readings is Love One Another. And now the Bible will be read by Fairley from Maryland.
1 Corinthians. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Galatians. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another. 1 John. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? Matthew. Jesus went about all Galilee, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. John, little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. As I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
The correlative reading will now be given by Gary.
I shall read from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures and from Miscellaneous Writings, both by Mary Baker Eddy. The rich in spirit help the poor in one grand brotherhood, all having the same principle or Father. And blessed is that man who seeth his brother's need and supplieth it, seeking his own in another's good. Love giveth to the least spiritual idea might, immortality, and goodness, which shine through all as the blossom shines through the bud. Love cannot be a mere abstraction, or goodness without activity and power. As a human quality, the glorious significance of affection is more than words. It is the tender, unselfish deed done in secret, the silent, ceaseless prayer, the self-forgetful heart that overflows, the veiled form stealing on an errand of mercy out of a side door, the little feet tripping along the sidewalk, the gentle hand opening the door that turns toward want and woe, sickness and sorrow, and thus lighting the dark places of the earth. Love is the fulfilling of the law. It is grace, mercy, and justice. I used to think it sufficiently just to abide by our state statutes, that if a man should aim a ball at my heart, and I, by firing first, could kill him and save my own life, that this was right. I thought also that if I taught indigent students gratuitously, afterwards assisting them pecuniarily, and did not cease teaching the wayward ones at close of the class term, but followed them with precept upon precept, that if my instructions had healed them and shown them the sure way of salvation, I had done my whole duty to students. Love metes not out human justice, but divine mercy. If one's life were attacked and one could save it only in accordance with common law by taking another's, would one sooner give up his own? we must love our enemies in all the manifestations wherein and whereby we love our friends, must even try not to expose their faults, but to do them good whenever opportunity occurs. To mete out human justice to those who persecute and despitefully use one is not leaving all retribution to God and returning blessing for cursing. When smitten on one cheek, I have turned the other. I have but two to present. I would enjoy taking by the hand all those who love me not, and saying to them, I love you, and would not knowingly harm you. Because I thus feel, I say to others, hate no one. For hatred is a plague spot that spreads its virus and kills at last. If indulged, it masters us, brings suffering upon suffering to its possessor, throughout time and beyond the grave. If you have been badly wronged, forgive and forget. God will recompense this wrong and punish more severely than you could him who has striven to injure you. Never return evil for evil. And above all, do not fancy that you have been wronged when you have not been. In Christian Science, the law of love rejoices the heart, and love is life and truth. Whatever manifests aught else in its effects upon mankind, demonstrably is not love. We should measure our love for God by our love for man, and our sense of science will be measured by our obedience to God, fulfilling the law of love, doing good to all, imparting, so far as we reflect them, truth, life, and love to all within the radius of our atmosphere of thought. The only justice of which I feel at present capable is mercy and charity toward everyone, just so far as one and all permit me to exercise these sentiments toward them, taking special care to mind my own business. The falsehood, ingratitude, misjudgment, and sharp return of evil for good, yea, the real wrongs, if wrong can be real, which I have long endured at the hands of others, have most happily wrought out for me the law of loving mine enemies. This law I now urge upon the solemn consideration of all Christian scientists. Jesus said, If ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. Love for God and man is the true incentive in both healing and teaching. Love inspires, illumines, designates, and leads the way. Right motives give pinions to thought, and strength and freedom to speech and action. Love is priestess at the altar of truth. Wait patiently for divine love to move upon the waters of mortal mind and form the perfect concept.